Welcome in everybody to live stream of signing day 2022 for the class of 2022 rather. Um, it's it's been a long night. I've gotten I think 40 minutes of sleep. So if my eyes look whoa, sorry, I am also have it on my YouTube. All right, figuring this out. I'm excited. We're gonna run you through all these players. Excuse the handwriting. It's awful. It doesn't matter. But this is going to be a lot of fun. As you can see, a lot of names here. Wrote them all down. Like I said, handwriting's awful. Doesn't matter. All right. Already, since I've been procrastinating and didn't start this, we already got two commits. We have, where did he go? Fitzgerald West, one of the first names off the board here. Um, I was I was looking at his Twitter, I believe, and it said 230. That's not accurate. Fitzgerald West, I believe, is one of the first names gone, and you can follow all this on go247.com. Another name that is gone is wide receiver Landon Ibieta. I think I'm saying his name right. He committed like 2 days ago. I spent basically the past 2 days getting to know all these players, getting to watch the film and all that good stuff. And so I feel pretty confident in what I'm seeing now. So Landon Ibieta and Fitzgerald West, first two players off the board. Let's go through them. Let's talk Landon Ibieta first, because Landon Ibieta is someone who was committed to Miami for a long time and flipped, obviously from Mandeville, and he's a speed receiver. He's fast. He can burn any corner, and it really caught me off guard because when I saw his rating, I was like, okay, what is he, just going to be some slot receiver that can catch ball possession? No, he's 6'6" tall, can beat defenses over the top, and is an exceptional athlete. Do I think he's going to be a Do I think that's going to exactly translate to the SEC? No, but I do think that he's going to provide them a really nice slot weapon moving forward, and that's a really good weapon that they added there in Landon Ibieta. On the other side, Fitzgerald West, another player who I like a lot. As you can see over here, or maybe can't see, I have no clue how good this is vision-wise for y'all. Will Campbell, 8:45 is expected to announce. Quency Wiggins, 9 a.m. and 9:30, Demario Tolan. Now, those two are the big names. All right. Demario Tolan and Quency Wiggins are the two names here that we are not 100% sure. They are both crystal balled to LSU. Demario Tolan is committed to LSU at the moment. Quency Wiggins is also crystal balled to LSU. He is not committed. But these are the two that LSU needs, in my opinion. They can't afford to lose either one of them. Quency Wiggins, I watched his film. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud. And so at 9 a.m., he's expected to commit. 9:30, Demario Tolan is expected to commit. We'll see if it plays out that way. But those are two names that I'm really interested in seeing. Let's go through some other names while we're here, because obviously I'm not going to be streaming while all of these players commit. So let's talk about them. Where do we want to start? I mean, we might as well start with Walker Howard, right? I mean, we could basically cross him off. I feel like it's going to be interesting because people see Garrett Nussmeier and they see, wow, this guy can throw the ball. He's a really intriguing player because of that Brett Favre kind of aspect of things. Walker Howard's not like that as much. Walker Howard's not going to be that, whoa, this guy is going to throw it up to, a one-on-one Jack Besh in the corner. I don't think. He's a lot more meticulous, a lot more he reads the defenses really well, and he's kind of a little more cerebral in that aspect, and he doesn't force passes. So I'm interested to see how he progresses because he's only 6'1". He's not the biggest guy. Doesn't have the most explosive arm, but he's a really, really good passer, and he's also not the fastest. So we'll see if Walker Howard, how he progresses, because he's just I have him described as like a precision pocket passer. And this isn't to say slow, but he's not going to be like Garrett Nussmeier, I don't think. And he's not going to be like Max Johnson. He's going to be an accurate guy that can really complete passes and move the ball down the field efficiently. So that's Walker Howard. 1 o'clock, he's supposed to commit or sign the papers. And once that happens, we all know the two names that this class is kind of hinging on, and really the two players that this class needs, and I mean need. Like I said, Wiggins and Tolan are big players. I mean, the two best players in the class are Walker Howard and Will Campbell. Those are the two, right? And those are the two that have been committed for the longest. They're best friends. They're gonna sign. And so that's the 1-2 punch you need at the top of the class in an offensive lineman, a star offensive lineman, and a star quarterback. So those two will lead the class. I already talked about Tolan, Wiggins. Talked about Fitzgerald West, defensive tackle out of Lafayette. Jordan Allen's a name that actually here that we don't know 100%. So you can kind of throw Jordan Allen into that Wiggins and Tolan conversation of we're not 100% sure of where Jordan Allen is going to head. There's another one. So for those wondering, and I want to make this like clear as we move on, some players we fully 100% expect to LSU, like being committed forever, they're done. And those are, like I said, Fitzgerald West done, Walker Howard done, Will Campbell pretty much, is done. We expect Terrence Welsh. There's been a little bit pushed late. We'll talk about that later. Bo Borland done. Landon Ibieta done. Nathan Dibbert. I don't know how to say his name. Dibbert, whatever. Done. Everybody else, there's at least a hint of question. All right. Let me roll through just the questions, the question marks. DJ Westlake from Missouri was crystal ball to Missouri early. Has had flirting, has had Clemson on his doorstep, has had some other teams on his doorstep at this point. Terrence Welsh been committed to LSU for a long, long time. I believe he's receiving pressure from Arkansas, and Arkansas is the main one. So we'll see if they can hold off Arkansas. I don't think that Auburn's the other one. I'm going to say Arkansas is pretty much the main one here, but LSU basically has this one wrapped up. They can't afford to lose Terrence Welsh at corner. That's a huge one because they've already lost Jadarian Rhyme, and if they lost both their 4-star corners this class, that would be awful. But we expect Terrence Welsh to sign with LSU. That's 4:00 Central Time, and if they do that, that saves them a lot of headache because if they lose both their corners, like I said, that's awful. Tight end Mason Taylor out of Florida, Jason Taylor's son. He, as we know, Jake Johnson, who I have written down here, Jake Johnson decommitted and actually just signed to play at Texas A&M. We don't know what that means for Max Johnson. I'm not going to talk about that here, but Max Johnson maybe follows him over there. Zach Calzado's gone. Who knows? Mason Taylor has received some pressure. Alabama's the main one for Mason Taylor. So it's kind of just been Nick Saban's has been in his ear on and off the past few weeks, months, trying to just gauge his interest and everything like that. I don't think he's going to flip. I think Mason Taylor's pretty solid to LSU. Bo Borderland, like I said, solid to LSU. Landon Ibieta, done deal, already signed. Most of Crystal Balls. Sonny Billy and Shea put in LSU. There's been some Alabamas. He did take the official visit last week, which was huge. He took an official visit to Texas a couple weeks ago. Took an official visit to Alabama in November. It's really anyone's guess at this point where he could head. So LSU's lost some playmakers this class, right? That's not a secret to anyone who's kind of been paying attention. And if you haven't, that's kind of what's happened with the whole coaching search. They've lost Shaz Preston, Aaron Anderson, those type of receivers, those type of playmakers that they usually just bring in automatically. The coaching change has kind of unsettled some things, which isn't surprising. We know that the first recruiting class out of a coaching change is usually kind of tough because you lose commits, you lose some interest because of the unknown. And so getting Kendrick Law would kind of replace a lot of that. And that's going to be interesting. If they can do that, then I'm looking at this class a little differently. So that's on Friday. We'll see how that goes. Nathan Dibbert out of Michigan, the kicker to replace Cade York. Obviously, he's a pretty much done deal as well. I've had this Red Bull since. So I don't drink energy drinks like that. but I've had that Red Bull since like 10 p.m. and it's what 8 o'clock. I was. Why aren't we going after Denver Harris? Sam asked. So initially they were going after Denver Harris, right? Denver Harris was starter defensive back out of North Shore. They wanted him. They were after him. They were heavily in contention. They might still be in contention, but losing Corey Raymond is really the difference. I mean, Corey Raymond was his main recruiter. Any shockers? I mean, I'll be surprised as much as anybody. I mean, I'm here. I'm ready for it. I think they don't need shockers though. That's the thing, and I want to reiterate this. February is going to be a big time for them. February is going to be a time where, and even obviously January leading up to it, they're going to be recruiting, trying to keep these three guys, and then also looking to add talent that maybe Brian Kelly maybe will try to flip from Notre Dame, or maybe guys that he had contact with at Notre Dame that were in the South. Maybe he can recruit them a little bit harder that when they didn't sign in December. So that's a big deal. But I think honestly, if they just sign everybody on this board, that's an incredible class. Like for a December class for a new coach, like we look at, I know it's small field, but Campbell, Wiggins, Tolan, Jones, Howard, like that's 5 names. Those are really good players. Welch, really good DB. Like I said, Mason Taylor, I think out of Florida tight end, I think he's a solid player. Like I say, he's a great tight end to me, but he's about a high 3-star, maybe low 4-star type of guy. We Jack Besh last year, nobody expected him to be great, but he was a high 3-star guy, and he comes in and he does what he did. So sometimes you gotta just take the athletes and see what they do. Kendrick Law, if they get to Kendrick Law, it's a home run hit, in my opinion. So if they get everybody on this board in black, we're looking at a really good class for LSU. All right, let's start. I'm gonna start at the top. I'm going the Terrence Walsh one. Like I think Terrence Walsh is that good. He stood out on tape that much. His ability to break on the ball, but also he's just an athlete. He returns kicks. He's really fast, and I think he has a high ceiling. I think he's very underrated by both the rating systems. I have Terrence Walsh as my number 1 just off watching film. Terrence Walsh is awesome. 2, number 3, I'm gonna go Will Campbell. I mean, 24 all the rating systems, he's the best player in this class. He probably is. When I watch the film, he's up there. He's great. Will Campbell is. So he's my number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go. Number 4, I'm gonna go Emory Jones. Emory Jones, interior offensive lineman. Big piece to this puzzle. Brian Kelly's bringing in because Brian Kelly is so good with offensive linemen. So you bring in a 1-2 punch like Will Campbell and Emory Jones. You're looking at things trending in the right direction on the offensive line with those two, especially with how much they lost this past year. Number 5, I'm gonna go with a shocker over here. I'm gonna go Landon Ibieta, 3-star receiver, signed to LSU. Watch, man, his tape is really impressive, and I can see why he's only a 3-star. Like I'm not saying that they're wrong completely, at least not completely, but his speed, his ability to get out of breaks, and his ability to get separation on defensive backs is really something. Like Landon Ibieta is a fast guy, and I like I said, will it completely translate to the SEC? Probably not, but out of the slot. And I could even see him playing some outside, but on like jet sweeps type stuff. I could see him being a punt returner the day he steps on campus, like an elite punt returner. So Landon Ibieta is my number 5 in my rankings of who I have based on the film. Number 6, I'm going to go Walker Howard. Is it low compared to where everybody else has him? Yes. I think he's really good. Film isn't crazy. But also, like I said, he's not trying to be Patrick Mahomes, right? He's trying to be more Tom Brady than Patrick Mahomes. And you can do that when you are as accurate as he is. Number 7 is Quency Wiggins. This is probably low for him too. doing this on the fly, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have Quency Wiggins a little higher, but he's really fun, really fun. 6'6". I talked about him before. 6'6". Athletic as anything, able to shed blocks really smoothly, long arms, can affect the run game. I like Quency Wiggins a lot. Number eight, I'm gonna go Demario Tolan. He's not the biggest guy, not the physically the biggest. He's not Damone Clark yet, but he is 6'2". He's super fast, super athletic, flies to the ball, and I love watching. I loved watching his film. Gets after quarterbacks, gets after running backs, not afraid in one-on-one situations. Cracks some receivers over the middle, but again, he's not there yet physically. I think he's 6'2", 205, I want to say. So he's not the widest yet. So he'll hit the weight room. He'll get there. We'll see how it goes. Number nine. Number nine. Watched all these films. Well, not all of them. I watched like half these last night, and it's kind of like cramming for a test. Like when you cram for a test and then you get to test and it's like you don't remember exactly which one. But I do know Fitzgerald West is a player, and he's just a bulldozer, complete bulldozer in the middle. Loved his film. Really good player. Number 10, Jordan Allen. Kind of plays a lot more like a safety than a corner. I have him just as a DB. I can't really see him playing outside corner. He's more of a nickel, if anything, corner. But I think I see him more as a safety. He can come down, help on the run, and is a physical type of DB. So I want him as a safety more so than an outside corner. That's for sure. Not a pretty good film by Jordan Allen as well. They need to. I think that would be a good gift for them. I think he's 88 rated. I think he was committed to Penn State at one point. So I would like Jordan Allen for this class. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Tyge Hill at 11. Quick player, shoots the gaps really well. Has a good twitch, and can make plays in the backfield. Good tackle for loss type of guy. Can play inside and can play outside. Different shades, different techniques. I like Tyge Hill there. And then 12, 13. I mean, this is kind of a toss up for me. I'm gonna go 12. 13. I'm going to go 12 Mason Taylor, 13 Bo Bordelon. I like both their tapes. There are areas of improvement. Both of them are 3-star, kind of middle to high 3-star guys. They're going to be a little more projects, in my opinion, than the other guys on this list. And this isn't to say that they're going to be bad, because I actually kind of like their ceilings, especially Bo Bordelon. I actually think his ceiling is kind of high. At 6'5", has all the fundamentals. I think physically he just kind of has to get there. So Bo Bordelon's an interesting name. Mason Taylor has really good catch radius, catches things pretty well, gives them like a safety valve type player, and he is kind of athletic. He's not like Cole. It's going to be a complete shot at Cole Taylor, but he's not he's not someone who plays standing straight up a lot. He is an athlete in that respect as well. So that's how, if I had to rank 13 players outside of Kendrick Bourne, Nathan Dybert, Walker Howard signs with the LSU. So where's my green pin? Walker Howard's done. So we got three greens on here at this point. Vanderbilt, Bo Bordelon's done as well. Boom. That's 4. Fitzgerald West, Nathan Dybert, he's done as well. 5. First of all, I want to thank you all for joining me. We have like 70 plus viewers this whole time, and I've been talking a lot, so I appreciate all that. I mean, this is basically like our Christmas, right? 24/7 sports. This is like our Christmas. This is what we live for. It's what we do. So I appreciate all y'all joining me to talk some LSU recruiting. For those of you who do know or maybe don't know, I've just my 4th month on the site. So still getting adjusted, getting caught up to all the recruiting stuff, because it's different when you've only been have like 4 months. But I'm doing my best here. So let's see if Quency Wiggins commits. If he does, I mean, I don't know what other names they could lose today. Like, I'm looking at it. They could go 15-15 here. That's a really, really good job. That sets them up really nicely for February. I like I said, I went into this with fairly low expectations, and they are about to exceed them. That just kind of speaks to the LSU brand in a sense. Here he goes. I can't see what it is. It looks purple. Guys, it looks purple. That's LSU, right? Because who else was in contention? I forgot. Yeah, that's LSU. We did it. Where's the marker? I got Quency Wiggins. Big time, big time, big time. Shout out to Andre Carter, not knowing if he was going to be retained on the staff or not, and went out of his way to recruit him. Had in-house visits. Good job from Andre Carter on recruiting him. So, what was the other one we're waiting for? Demario Tolan at 9:30. That's gonna be our last one on the stream. We're gonna wait to see what he does. Again, I expect it to be LSU, but who knows? I mean, I don't think we're gonna be surprised, but crazier things have happened in college football signing days. What about Shaz Preston? Not looking good, my man. Not looking great. It would be a surprise, I think, at this point. I think he's going to Alabama. I think he's going. Shaz Preston's going to Alabama, in all likelihood. I mean, everybody's predicting it at this point. It's going to be on ESPN in 4.5 hours. If he doesn't go to Alabama, I think a lot of people will be shocked. So yeah, I mean that's what I mentioned earlier. I mean, I don't know if you're earlier, but Shaz Preston, Aaron Anderson, it hurts losing them. Those in-state receivers that they usually always get, like it doesn't matter what year it is, they just get the Keyshawn Bouttes. They just get the you got on a list of names. This year they're going to be short a couple of those because of the coaching changes. But you hope Kendrick Law can be a name that replaces that. You hope, obviously, it's not the same, but you do get Landon Ibieta, who I like. So you can kind of fill in those pieces from there. You're going to have a year where you're not getting everybody. So you have to just kind of play off of that in a sense and just kind of fill the gaps. So I gotta do a better job of greening it. Landon, done. Bo, done. Nathan, done. Fitzgerald West, done. Walker Howard, done. Quency Wiggins, done. And Will Campbell, done. That's who's done so far. And we expect Demario Tolan at 9:30, and it is 9:30. Did he sign? Anybody have a Demario Tolan update? Let's see. Tolan signed. There we go. Thank you, Sam. Demario Tolan. We got him. Demario, y'all can't see that. I can barely see that. Yo, my markers are gone. Demario Tolan. There we go. Can't even see it. There we go. Demario Tolan. Boom. Big time. What I say early on, I said they got to have Wiggins. They got to get Tolan. They got both of them. They're going to get Jones. Can you ask for a better day at this point? Considering the circumstances, you can't really. Stream here. Again, I appreciate all y'all for joining. You can check us out at go247.com. Maybe we'll do this. I don't know. We're going to run a podcast tomorrow. That's for sure, with Billy, Shay, maybe myself. So check that out whenever that comes out on our YouTube. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, go subscribe to the YouTube. We hit 1,000 subs over there, and I really appreciate y'all support. So, I appreciate all y'all joining me for this hour-and-a-half event. Like I said, this is Christmas. This is fun. So, yeah, we'll see if the other 5 come through. Again, the other 5 we're looking forward to right now: Terrence Welsh, Emory Jones. 4, I guess, at this point. Mason Taylor and Tyge Hill. Those are the 4 commits. And then we have other names like Jordan Allen. We don't know anything about DJ Westlake. Someone told me that they're not even going after him anymore. I don't know, but DJ Westlake's a name there to watch. And yeah, Kendrick Law on Friday. That's the big one. It's the big one. So thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'll talk to y'all later. You can follow me on Twitter at Matthew Brune _. And yeah, y'all have a good day.